Abortion. One word, 8 letters. Never has a word so simple been so difficult to utter in public or speak about at a dinner table. Are you thinking of other 8-letter controversial words? Let me help you. There is religion and marriage, both complex institutions in themselves. As for their contribution in branding abortion a taboo, it's well documented. The Catholic Church does not want to hear about abortion. There is no place for it in many 21st century marriages. The end result is this: a woman's right over her own body is tossed out of the window, and along with it goes her choice. Why is our world so anti-abortion? Have you ever thought about it? Abortion is not anti-life, and it is definitely not murder. Do you think there's a chance that we may just have got the whole idea of abortion wrong? Let me try and clear the fog tonight. Hello and welcome to Gravitas Plus. I'm Palki Sharma, and if you're wondering why I'm suddenly talking about abortion, I will tell you. It's because today, even the so-called progressive countries are ushering in regressive laws. Look at the United States. The state of Texas has just passed what's being called one of the most regressive abortion laws. It bans abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Most women do not even detect pregnancy until 6 weeks. But in Texas, doctors who perform abortion post 6 weeks can now be sued. American states are not allowed to ban abortion before 22 weeks. But the state of Mississippi is asking the court to re-examine this. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear the arguments, and there's a fear that the only reason the Supreme Court has agreed to hear this case is because it wants to reverse legal rights to an abortion, meaning American women could lose the rights over their body. And this is the reason why I think it's high time we talk about abortion rights and burst some abortion-related myths. So let me begin by defining abortion. An abortion is a procedure to end a pregnancy. How is it done? By using medicine or surgery to remove the embryo or the fetus and placenta from the uterus. Does any of this sound remotely fun? It's the very opposite of fun. It is painful. And that's why women take every possible precaution to ensure that they do not have to undergo an abortion ever. But unwanted pregnancies are a reality of life, as is failed birth control and rape. Do you know what else is a reality? Choice. Choices that are not easy, but a woman has to make. There are times a woman chooses to discontinue her pregnancy because of unforeseen economic or social conditions like a job loss, a death in the family, the death of a partner. Situations like these leave women physically, mentally, or financially unprepared to raise a child. There are times her health does not permit it. Complications during pregnancy are normal, and sometimes a woman is just not ready for a pregnancy. But instead of helping her out, the world closes doors on her. Like this. Today, there are 26 countries that completely ban abortion. They do not allow a woman to terminate her pregnancy even if she's been raped. It does not matter. She's forced to bear the child. 90 million women are affected by such laws. That is 5% of women of reproductive age in this world. They are controlled by these restrictive laws. Then we have 39 countries where abortion is allowed only when a woman's life is at risk. What about choice? 360 million women are affected. That's 22% of women of reproductive age in this world. 56 countries allow abortion only on the basis of health. Choice? What is that? Have you noticed one thing? A lot of these countries that outlaw abortion happen to be in Latin America, a region where the Catholic Church also has immense influence. The Catholic Church believes abortion is murder. The Catechism of the Catholic Church states, since the 1st century, the Church has affirmed the moral evil of every procured abortion. This teaching has not changed and remains unchangeable. But there are certain things that are changeable and have changed. Time and scientific understanding, for example. There was very limited knowledge of human embryology when the Didache and the Letter of Barnabas were written. They date back to the 1st and the 2nd century. The ovum was discovered only in 1827. Until then, Christian thinkers relied on philosophers like Aristotle, who, by the way, believed that reproductive power lay entirely with a man and said that women are subject to men but higher than slaves. Meanwhile, the Catholic Church continues to insist that abortion goes against the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." It says, from the first moment of its existence, a human being must be recognized as having the rights of a person. It's true that a fetus is human life. But then so is the sperm before it fertilizes, or the ovum before it's fertilized. Human hair is living, and so is the human nail. You see, there's a difference between killing a life and killing a person. The whole anti-abortion argument is smokes and mirrors. Some point out that a fetus feels pain during abortion. The truth is, it does not. Pain or sensation of any kind is felt by the fetus only around 26 weeks of pregnancy. The upper limit for abortion is 24 weeks. The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists filed a report on fetal pain. It says, and I'm quoting, "Existing data suggests that cortical processing and therefore fetal perception of pain cannot occur before 24 weeks of gestation." There are some anti-abortion activists who say abortion causes depression. So much is written, so much is said about abortion trauma syndrome, but nothing like that exists medically. Read about the Turnaway study. It cites data collected from more than 1,000 women at 30 abortion facilities in America. Researchers spoke to women who went through abortions and those who were denied it. And here's what they found. Women denied abortion were more likely to experience serious complications from the end of pregnancy, including death. They were more likely to stay tethered to abusive partners and more likely to suffer anxiety and loss of self-esteem. So if you're concerned about a woman's mental health, allow her to make the choice. Here's another myth. Abortion reduces fertility. It does not. There is no evidence to suggest that. But anti-abortion activists will not tell you that. These activists claim to be pro-life. Well, they're not. They're anti-choice, they're anti-women, they're anti-equality, and they're anti-life, and I will tell you why. Outlawing abortion does not stop it. It only kills women. Let me show you some data. 30 women die for every 100,000 unsafe abortions. Between 2015 and 2017, 73.3 million unsafe abortions were carried out across the world. 3 out of 4 abortions that occurred in Africa and Latin America were unsafe. Every year, between 4.7 to 13.2% maternal deaths can be attributed to unsafe abortion. This is data from the World Health Organization. So who exactly are we helping with outdated anti-choice laws? Why are women being denied the right to their own body? Who gave religious leaders the authority to dictate motherhood? Who gave the state the power to ban abortions when the very people they're expected to represent are divided on the matter? And just so that you know, even the most conservative societies are now tilting in favor of abortion. Take Argentina, for example. It is the first major Latin American country to legalize abortion. India is a shining star when it comes to abortion rights. Women are allowed to abort up till 24 weeks of pregnancy. Exceptions are made for medical complications, but here too, not everything is black and white. While the law guarantees every Indian woman the right to choice, the society often restricts that choice. Abortions are often forced onto single women, while married women have little choice on motherhood. At the end of the day, there is only one victim in the abortion debate: women. This is Savita Halappanavar. She was an Indian dentist living in Ireland. On the 21st of October 2012, Savita reported to an Irish hospital. She was suffering from severe back pain. It was found that Savita was miscarrying her 17-week pregnancy. She asked for an abortion. The doctors denied it and they said they could hear a fetal heartbeat. The same thing happened the next day. On the third day, Savita delivered a female fetus. And soon, she went into coma. She was transferred to the ICU and she died of cardiac arrest. The date was 28th of October 2012. Doctors had 7 days to save her. They did not. Why? Fetal heartbeat, they said. It took Savita's death for Ireland to repeal the 8th Amendment that banned abortion. And yet, almost 10 years later, there are activists, judges, governments, institutions rallying against abortion.